So welcome back to another episode of how to make a melee map. And today I will show you guys like a small detail and another small detail that will be about the melee and like the concept of how to design and like what do you need to know and just something like that and understand how the game flow work. And so in this video I will also cover about like how to we decide like why this creep of the permanent 2 item. I would call it shorter like p2. So yeah, why this item dot p2 and why is this dot chat3 and it's creep it like 17 something like that. I will also cover about that. So yeah, first thing, let's uh, uh, open your the editor and yep. First thing you need to know is that how to place the spawn location away from this thing. So how do we know that like it is too close or this is too far away? This is too close, you can see that this is the way to check it. This is too close, you can see that with this thing the tower hall is disappear. So all you need to do is find a spot where it doesn't disappear, and there's a one spot. By doing this there's only once. Maybe you have encountered it and maybe you have not. I'm just saying maybe just so maybe you and you will be aware of this. So this thing sometimes mesh we have to keep this length at the closest to the gold mine, but also like not super close and not like super far away. By this way we can just make sure that we use 5 peon or 5 a person to mine the gold, and not like we there's sometimes that if you pass far away you need to use like 6 or 7 peon and person just to mine the gold. And this is the thing that you need to know, that it should not be uh more than five. Yes, something like that. And another thing you need to know is that when uh when you press down, just to make sure that it make it the tutorial after this easier to code, I will paste the building that as the same size at the start location. So yeah, we could see it easier like for later. There is a script in the normal melee games that it will remove the creep and critter from your start location for all players. So with this, we have to be aware that I'm just can't remember the correct number, but it was around 1,000. So we could count like this by a. So this is four. Is it's not exactly four. It's just like yeah, by closing down it just yeah, you can yep, but I will call it by easy. So this is one two and this is half, so this will be four. So the length after this, like out of this length, all the creep will be appear in the game. That is something you need to know. And yep, for the second thing is that how far from a you to the middle of the map, and how far you from the enemy. So this is a small note I took up from the Discord of MMC team, and this quite old. But yeah, it's just something to show you that you have also have to know about this. And all when you making the start like concept, you have to know about this and always test in game like the length peon is walk from your base to the enemy base, or otherwise we have another way to test is it just uh uh just use a one person, the use a call or something and turn it to the militia. I don't know it because I'm doesn't pay human. And yeah, just make your militia walk from your base to the enemy base, and the okay or just the melee competitive right now it's just like walk to the enemy base, took one hit on the enemy main town hall, main things, I don't know what it's called, the main base, and or maybe took two hit, just hit two times at the building from this building to enemy building and hit the enemy building two times, just something like that. The if it was run out like before it hit, before the militia able to hit the enemy tower, that also working, but make sure that it's not too far away. Just it walking and maybe it's just like this, like you able to see the enemy bed, this is also fine. But the better way is to test, like test and remember that like how far it take to for you to take to the enemy base, and not like lowest, not not lower than Amazonia and not higher than melting water, something like that. And yeah, that was it, just to make sure. Another thing is that uh like tree lines, how to make the tree line good. I'm not so sure about this either, but I'm it's just up to the different pro player, different mapper, or even different team. So yeah, it's pretty hard, but I'm use a standard like this. So make sure that you are with the human, just head with the human, with the tree around this, and you make sure that with outer, the black, and the farm, maybe one more farm, and then the tower. Make sure that you cover all of this, and make a human possible to protect their person at the back, something like that. And yeah, it mean that with this it mean that your trailer is okay now. And another thing that you need to know is that always find a place for the a this thing, what is lumber mill. And another thing is undead graveyard, like at the back somewhere around. Make sure that you leave a space for that as well. And yep, that is all my guide for that. And the next thing is like how far away like the creep should be, especially for the early creep loot. So yep, we can call like this. So I will call this like maybe, yep, just like the overall call. So this is like one block, two block, three block, four block. So it just took like four block, maybe three and more than half, see 380. I'm not sure, but just to say that it take like 380 to take to the first camp, which is nine, level 9 camp. And it take to another camp is like one two three four, so it's just like four and four. So I believe that the crosset uh you can get right now is on Amazonia. I'm not sure like what is the actual range for Amazonia, but Amazonia is have something special that make it worse, and I will cover about it later on, maybe, just maybe. So yep, uh like one two three four five six seven eight, and two to the middle, something like that. And yep, the actual setting for the creep right now, not actually actual, but it's something that everyone using because it's basic and it's easy. uh Player is able to understand it, and also the mapper, and it is something that like we don't have to test it, like yeah. So it's just something that we use just to be exactly sure that it acceptable. And yeah, it is a if you play a competitive, you understand that you have a loot to like 3 camp to level 3 or just 2 camp to level 2 and something like that. So what we actually use is the first is 9 and other is 11. Like maybe my pronouncing is a bit out, but just to make sure that you not misunderstand what I mean. So the first camp is level 9 and the second camp is level 11. So uh, just to remember, the for the hero level 1 to get to level 2 you will need like a 100 or 200, I'm not sure, but if the creep is level 2 and it's very close to your base, your hero will be able to get to level 2 instantly just because the camp is level 2. So make sure that you don't have a level 12 in the safe spot, like able to creep easy and non other unable to creep jacket, or just put it in the middle like in the open so it just choice to repair. uh and yeah, so on this map, uh I'm not sure after the change of the equal 2, but I will do like the normal stat that I do on equal. So first we took like maybe it's a so another things I'm forgot to mention is that if you pay as a night elf, just to make sure that there's a press for night elf. So just make sure that you build a put a space for ancient overall somewhere, like maybe it just maybe could be above 10, above 10, and just to make sure that it's creepable, just something like it. And no worry, it we do like 11 spot for the 11 spot like level for the AOW camp, just something like this. And so it pull and we kill it. So level 11 is something that made for night elf. But on this map, AOW on this spot is possible because the length between the player and the spot is pretty far away, even far further than the base to base. So yep, this is why it possible, but it also risky sometimes is if the bro is fail to last the creep, and when I get it like maybe BM bread master, something like that. But make sure that you have a AOW spot for any night elf. Yeah. Another one is the expo. Yeah, you can see this like event. This is where a night elf is able to creep and also is able and easy. So the actual range on for the gold mine is, for the basic it's just like above 8. So above 8, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. But because just to make you understand again that this is working because the enemy is far away. If if it's this expo and this is the early expo for the player, this one working because you know that the range for you to the enemy and the enemy to the this expo is equal, which is not qualified as a competitive map. It should not happen, especially for a early expo. Like there's a easy expo that player should able to do and the hard expo. In some case, like uh, Amazonia is a special case for a like it just have only one expo. It's a boring game, but I'm just saying it that it's just a special case. And yep, so it's something like that. And about The next thing I will cover is the item, the creep drop. So right now I will talking about the item drop, like uh why it is camp like level 17 and it's drop a shard tree and power up to. So I will explain, try to explain like in easy to make everyone understand first, and then I will give you like a post of one of the mapper who talking about the item and like how it's work. So first I will open the note that I write. So this is the whole things like calculation, like how do you like find the item level that perfect for the whole keep cam level. So first we have x divide y equal the answers. So in this case, the whole level can divide by the item level that you want to press, and if the answer is below 3, I mean like, so I have a camp level 12 and divide by, so I want to give this camp a level 3, and so the answer is 4. It means that this camp is like uh, the item is pretty strong, and so uh, uh, I would like to recommend to keep it around like 3.5. So 4 is still pretty strong for the like I give a permanent tree into keep level 12, and so the answer is like 4. So this camp item is pretty strong, and so I will give another like idea of how it works. So in the last case I have a camp level 17 and divide by C3 and PW2. So the answer, we normally when calculate like this, we don't count the PW2 or any power up like things. So it's just like 7 divided by 3, so it's like 5. But with the power up actually we like to comment it, give the level of item like this. So first we have no, we have power up 1, so we go to permanent 1, and then we got like permanent 2, and then permanent 2, power up 2, and then permanent 2, and then shard 2, and then permanent 3, shard 3, permanent 4, shard 4, and then permanent 5. And so this is like what we use normally in a category of item drop. And so I will talk about the, just in case that you guys were interesting and like why we don't see any chart level 5 or a level 6 item or above. So normally we don't use it because the item is pretty strong and the table drop is not that balanced, so uh, the player is like kinda hate it. And but if I have to so if I have to evaluate, uh, I would like to say that for the game like uh, 2v2 or 3v3 or 4v4 and above, it will like this, and then p6, c6, and then a7, and then a8. So this a is stand for the artifact. Artifact has only like start with artifact level 7 and then level 8, which is mass of death and other stuff like him of valor. So it's just those kind of item that we don't normally use, so in this case I will like remove it away. And in term of 1v1, this is like only for 2v2 and above. So in terms of 1v1, I would like to give it like this. And then we have a physics, and then yep, if I have to say, because the item of the permanent sick is like only good for some of the team, like some less that like the darkness orb, which someone skeleton, which is pretty good to the undead. But for c5 is like so much random, uh like like what. So I will open it to show you. We have a dragon, the ice dragon at that, and three furbolg that we have tracker, level 6 I guess. I'm not so sure. I think this guy is level 6 with a the minus armor skill. And then we have a second of the invulnerable potion, and then this thing, and then how this is the broken one, which has the mana burn, and a golem which has stunned. So this kind of category is like pretty very strong in a 1v1, because uh one summon could change the whole situation of like how fight work, instead of like permanent sick has like it's it's permanent, so it doesn't like that much OP. The most OP in this case would be the Staff of Silence and the Orb of Darkness. And so I use like this as for in case of a 1v1 case. So the next one I will saying is a from one of the community mapper. uh, so this is what Maeve said to me when I was start to mapping. And yep, this is his answers. So this is his way of explain. So if you don't understand like what I'm talking about, this may be your answer. Like you can stop the video and read it. So yep, and you understand it more, like how it decide and how like level drop like give you. And so there's another page which is in case you were confused. So this is the second one. So in this case, he just give an idea of like how this thing works. And yep, feel free to look at it, and it will take a while for sure to understand this, because too have a long time and need a pretty long time to understand. And this is one of the map that I submit on Hive earlier, like 4 years ago, just 3 years ago to be exactly. And so yep, this is alternatively, like if you're a beginner, this is a good way to solve like, oh, this is good, this is great, and yep, this might be your answer. From time to time, the power up item like power up 2 could go for the camp level 7 as well. Oh, another things about mistake that uh, new player make to this is a whip spot. Why? uh, I mean that sometimes people love to use the square tool to create a three lines of things. And you know what is the problem is, I know that is a easier to manage and do things on something like this, because I'm also agree, and I'm use this when I'm just a newbie. And so with this, whips can get in the middle. What do you mean by in the middle? Because whips has a kind of, I don't know it. it just it's just this is how the game works. And it's a weak spot that sometimes people just like it. And yep. So what is whip spot? Whip spot is something like this. I can create whip spot one. Do you know that whips can lumber on this tree and use it as a whip spot, and he can always see like this part of the area, but when other parts are out, they can barely see this whip. So this is whip spot on this tree. So to remove the problem of the whip tree, we have to use this circle tool to create a tree line. So there's not a hard corner like this, but this instead, so the whips won't be able to lumber on this tree. That's is, and that is yep, that's all for this video. Okay, so and after this video it will be mostly on the how like mapping, speed mapping, or maybe just I will think about it. And yeah, see you, bye.